How are you doing, everyone? Welcome back to Player Crafted. This is my Ultimate Iron Man, where I'm taking the term Player Crafted journey to its most literal extent. The full list of restrictions will be in the description below. Our ultimate goal is obtaining the classic quest cape. Last time on the account, we managed to get up to 25 agility. We did rune mysteries and enter the abyss, and we also got 3 out of the 4 beads that we need to do imp catcher. Today I want to start off by fixing something that's been bothering me. First, the book, we can drop that. We'll hold on to the pouch for now. I know in the last episode the hammer was essential and the saw is just here along for the ride with it, but I don't like the idea of having too many exceptions on this account. So I want the only main one is buying the player-owned house. Up until the point that I can build the tool storage one, I am going to actually let these two go. Dropping the hammer now does block us out of smithing, but right now we are not focused on that. I just want to get my restrictions down to only having that one true one. And by proxy, the wizard hat and the beads, they are going to be dropped as well. So looking at it now, I can no longer use mage since I can't really craft runes, and I can no longer use range since I'm not able to use knives. We're going to go on a melee focus for a little bit. Our main savior for actually crafting runes is going to be through the Zamorak Crafter. He's one of the Orania Altar NPCs. He has a chance to drop unnoted pure essence. That's going to be my only real source. But before we get really started on our training, there's one more thing I want to do. One of the secrets that I actually never knew about the Isle of Souls. Tucked away in this little corner up here is a fly fishing rod spawn, and it is the only one that is actually in this game. So we're back in Lumbridge. The current plan is going to be killing chickens, saving up their feathers, that way we can fly fish, gives us some better healing food, and I get to fight a pretty weak mob in order to level up the beginning stats. Let's get started. Well, if you're curious of what killing chickens unequipped for about an hour looks like, brings us up to 10 attack, 9 strength, 9 prayer, and we've been cooking everything, so we're also up to 19 cooking. I think it's time we upgrade from the chicken pen. We're becoming a swamp boy for a little while. Our new target mob is these giant frogs. The giant frog is roughly about the same stats as the Zamorak Crafter I'm going to be killing. The Zamorak Crafter does have about double the defense. Once we can comfortably kill these, I believe we will be alright to be able to take on the crafters on a regular basis and start getting some magic. It almost takes an entire inventory of food, but we can kill one of them. Since we're successful, we'll begin our fishing grind to get up to 20 fishing in order to actually be able to use the feathers and the fly fishing rod. Let's grab our net one more time. For right now, in order to prioritize the fishing experience over combat, I'll be dropping the extra food after each kill, re-healing up to full health while filling up the inventory. Once my health is full again, we'll go cook the inventory and we'll head back, kill a frog, and come back and repeat up until we're up to 20 fishing. Ideally by then, we should be able to take the frogs out at a decent rate. 10 fishing, we're about a quarter of the way to level 20. Hey, another lamp, I'll take it. What's gonna be a skill I can't do for a very long time? Herb lore, but it's locked behind druidic rituals, so let's start on... Let's actually go with farming. But we're now hitting the frogs frequently enough. I can do 2 kills each run over to there. And I'm not gonna get another max hit on anything other than the aggressive style until I'm at 17 strength. That's when accurate and defensive let me hit 3s as well. And now that we're up to 15 fishing, we should be able to catch some anchovies along with the shrimps. Increase the speed of this XP just a little bit more. There's the goal reached of 20 fishing. We can now fly fish for trout. Let's actually move on from these, because now that we can get our fish, I think we'll attempt to go after one of the Zamorak Crafters. But first, before we move on, there we go, 30 agility. Our initial first goal on the account is now completed. And there's another 8 marks of grace onto the ground. So before we leave Lumbridge for a while, I wanted to make our next goal be coming in here to talk to Father Eric. We will get Restless Ghost out of the way. And again, quest helper only to see item requirements is none. Turn her off and let's get it going. I believe after talking to Eric, the next step is to head to the opposite side of the swamp over here. And on the other side of the water altar should be Father Ulrich's house. I think we talk to him next. It's Father Ernie. We have our Ghost Speak amulet now. I believe we go back to the Lumbridge graveyard before we go get the head. Yep. A warlock came and stole your skull. We need to go and get it back. Hello again, Cedrador. Flick on run, search the altar. Skeleton comes alive, but we can just leave. Goodbye, Cedrador. We're back with his skull. Oh, I need to put it into his coffin. The best cutscene in the game. Right into the water. There we go. Restless Ghost is completed. That is our third quest done now. Nice little bump up to 14 prayer. Not even anywhere close to the protections, but we'll get there eventually. Real quickly, I have one more plan in place. I'm gonna need my pickaxe again. I'm just now realizing I could have done all of that training while holding a weapon, but I never went and picked it up. Smart. We're up to 20 mining now. We're at 14 smithing. That gives me one more level to get here while we're still in Lumbridge. I'm going to be killing the crafters that are right beside the ZMI altar anyway, so I'm not really going to need to fill and empty the pouches pretty much at all. Goodbye, friend. Alright, that 23 mining should be the last mining level we get in this grind. 15 smithing. That gives me the ability to smelt iron into iron bars. Let's finish this inventory off. Now that I can make that iron bar, that actually gives me access to a quest. I didn't think I would be able to do this early. We're here in Birthrup to be able to do Death Plateau. If we take a check at it real quick, 60 coins. 500 coins, iron bar, bread, and trout. Let's begin. So Denulf has tasked us to find the code for the equipment storage, as well as finding that secret path through Tenzig's house to the back of Death Plateau. I don't know why, but I always remember this first. I think Eric is the one that I need to talk to. Looking for the guard that was on last night. Yeah, okay, now we go to the toad and chicken. He should be over here, and I think this is where I'm gonna need the money at. Well, that was nice to have me knock before coming in. Do I just keep pestering him? Okay, now we're just looping the chat dialogue. Let's see what we need to do next. I know I need to gamble with him. I just don't remember how to get that option started. Let's go see what Eric has to say, maybe? Because Harold is not talking. I was right, I do come back to Eric. And of course, as with a lot of the old quests, buy him a beer. Alright, let's go give Harold a beer. I hope an Asgardian ale will work instead. Wait a second. Okay, so I actually can make an Asgardian ale. So let's go find a beer, and while we're at it, I believe this is the point where I'm gonna need some money. Let's get some cash and some alcohol. Take a quick 21 fishing while we're getting some food to heal up from the thieving hits. And that'll give us 26 cooking as well. Okay, we went a little bit past. We went to 864 GP, mostly because I was close to that 21 thieving, so we went ahead and just finished it off for the level. Now for the beer. Sneak into the long haul and we'll take 3 of these. Let's hope that that'll actually be enough and work in the first place. Damn it, he does need an Asgardian ale. The main reason that's a problem, if we look here into brewing, at 24 cooking, I can make Asgardian ale using Asgardian hops, which are locked behind farming. Well, I assumed I'd be able to use beer to complete this quest, but I guess not, so it is, something we have to wait until later to do. Well, then that just means onward with the main goal. Here we are. And here comes the first crafter. Let's see how this works. Only one piece of food, but let's give it a shot. Nearly dying again, but at least I learned I can land hits, and they do walk up to the altar, so it is safe to kill them. Let's get some food and come back again. This is my closest fishing spot. We are hanging out down here, so every time I need to restock on food, it's a trek all the way back through our dune and up to here. We'll pit stop by down at the range on the way back, cross the bridge, and head over with an inventory of food again. Rinse and repeat until we can maybe finally get our first pure essence drop. We are back for round number 2 with an inventory of fish. Now we wait for the crafter. Let's see how this goes. We're on accurate, so hopefully we can hit as much as possible. I think that's his crafting animation that's still playing while we're fighting. It is, yeah. Since he's next to the altar, he keeps crafting in the middle of the fight. I was wondering if he was draining my stats or not, but it doesn't look like it. We're not getting hit all too often. I think this inventory should allow us to stay here for probably 2 kills at least. If I can get any hits in. He's back to full health. So his health is going down. I think this will be possible. He is sustaining around 20 HP. Come on. This was the idea behind Death Plateau, to be able to get our attack up some more and actually hit through his defense. 15 attack. Let's see if it helps. I forgot I actually did turn on the quick prayers. It is helping a little bit. We're so close. Come on. Yes! The first kill! And we get air runes. I need the pure essence. At least we know we can kill them. This is just probably gonna take a long time. So it is possible to kill them. The main problem I've noticed is that they heal 1 HP about every 3 ticks or so. So they usually do about 8 HP a minute, and I cannot do enough damage to really sustain that. So I think the current game plan will be, let's head back to Lumbridge again, do a little bit of rocky training, and maybe get up to 1,000 feathers. Let's see where that'll put us at, and we'll come back again. 16 attack and 10 strength just is not enough to cut it. Okay, so we went a little over 1,000 feathers, but that's fine. We used them to fish some more trout. Let's continue doing some Balboa training and head back to the giant frogs. I want to get a few defense levels, that way they don't hit as often, but still work toward attack and strength to punch through the defense and maybe get to hitting 3s. We're back at the chickens. The giant frogs are still taking a little bit too long to actually get manageable kills. The 5 defense helps a lot with taking damage now, and we can actually hit 3s while we are on the aggressive attack style, and we're going to see how long it'll take until I can hit 3s while we're on the accurate attack style. Alright, we're up to 16 strength now. That lets me hit 3s while I'm on the accurate style with a bronze pickaxe. Only 1 level lower than the 17 needed for the unarmed 3 hit, but with our newfound 5 defense, 16 strength, let's see if we can't go ahead and take on another crafter or 2. But first, we'll actually get the inventory of fish here rather than Artie, because that one takes forever. Let's see if we can get a second kill. That kill went much better, but again, we have an air rune drop. Time to wait for the next crafter. Oh, it's so beautiful. These kills are going so much smoother now. I only use about 4 pieces of fish and are able to take them down without too much effort. Not too terrible. We got a 3 kill trip. Looking at the loot tracker, still no pure essence, but we are up to 4 kills now. Let's go resupply the fish, come on back and try again. We've gained 2 levels so far. We're now up to 18, and at least my attacks are going through at a relatively decent rate, and it'll only improve as we continue to gain experience. It looks like that's our first water rune drop. If I recall right, I think it's something about 1 in 20 to get a pure essence drop. Only 1 kill, still no essence. I'm just learning they also come up to Eniola here to apparently bank. Now I only have to run that path to the altar if I actually get an essence drop. Otherwise I can just hang out in the safe zone here. And I get to refresh my prayer after every kill now as well. Okay, so we're about 10 kills in. It's taking quite a bit of time still to be able to kill them consistently. I think we'll take a break from the Zamorak crafters, go back to the big frogs, get a couple of more levels and come back. Up to 30 fishing now. That gives us access into salmon. So about 1 inventory of food managed to give us 10 giant frog kills. I say we get another inventory and head back to the Zamorak crafters. Hope for the best. We've gained 1 prayer, 1 attack, and 1 HP level, bringing us up to 20 HP, 21 attack, 16 strength, and we're at 10 defense with 17 prayer. Combat level is up to 21 now. It exists! The pure essence drop. We get 3 at a time. If we get lucky, I think they can give us 10. But we have our runes. 12 was the magic number to get them. Here we go. The first crafts of the account. What do you give me? There it is. There's the wind strike unlocked. So long it took to be able to make one of these. About 6 hours of training to be able to kill one of them to drop it after 12 kills. We have a lot more crafters that we're going to have to take care of here in the future to build these up, but let's add them into our pile. The kills are still taking about 2 minutes apiece. Let's see if we can get some more, because I need quite a few casts to get to level 2. And we're back with another inventory. Let's see if we can get the back-to-back. Well, we got more coins. Not back-to-back, but 2 kills later. Let's recharge the prayer, steal a few more bones while we're up here, and see what these 3 turn into. It's gotta be so strange to be getting excited for probably the worst drop that exists within this entire game. The only one I can think of that's any worse than this is this single essence drop that's from the abyssal creatures inside of the abyss, which I'm not allowed to be teleported to. This is going to be the most painful method of rune crafting I think I could possibly imagine. Well, they gave me a water rune now. We might let the cash stack go here sometime in the relative future. The crafters can drop money, but I really don't need it at this point in time, and I can get that back relatively quickly. But we might hold on to it just to see how much it stacks up. So far, we have 6 runes made, and I'm really looking for those mind runes. I think that's going to be the end of the episode here, everybody. We have proven that we can runecraft on this account, and that I do now have access to the mage skill. We'll try to build up some mind runes, get a stack of maybe 100 over time, see where that takes us for mage. Overall, here is the ending stats for this episode. We managed to get to the 30 agility that we wanted, up to 34 cooking and 32 fishing. Thieving level has been increased to 21. Total level is now up to 272, and we have 18,000 XP at the moment. Combat level is 22, and we still only have a ghost amulet and the bronze pickaxe for our weapons. In the next episode, we will see if we can't get to a magic level of 2, and I want to begin looking at increasing my weaponry here. I have an idea of something I can get that I cannot craft with smithing. Let's see how this goes.